Hey, Chiefs Kingdom. Guess what? We've got a big one coming up this weekend. Yep, it's a Super Bowl rematch. The Kansas City Chiefs are going head to head with the San Francisco 49 ERs. And if you're anything like me, you're probably wondering, how on earth are the 49 ERs sitting at 3? 3 right now. I mean, seriously, this is a team that's been dominant for years, so what gives? Well, we're going to dive into all of that in today's breakdown. We'll take a look at what's been going wrong for the 49 ERs, why the Chiefs are in a better spot, and how this game might play out. But before we jump into all the juicy details, let me remind you real quick. If you love the Chiefs and want to stay updated on all things KC, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure those notifications are on. You won't want to miss a thing as we gear up for this massive game. All right, let's get into it. So let's talk about the 49 ERs. This is a team that has been a powerhouse in recent years, but right now they're sitting at 3, and honestly, that's surprising. They've got all the talent, yet they're struggling to close out games. So what's been going wrong for San Francisco? Take a quick look at their season so far. Week 1, they crushed the Jets 32-9. Solid start, right? But then Week 2 happened. They went up against the Minnesota Vikings and lost 23-17. Now, this wasn't a blowout, but there were two big issues. First off, their offensive line just couldn't protect Brock Purdy. He got sacked 6 times. 6 times. That's brutal. And then they were only 2 for 10 on third downs. You can't win games if you can't protect your QB and convert those critical third downs. Then came Week 3, where they played the Rams. For most of the game, it looked like the 49 ERs were in control. They were up by 2 touchdowns at one point. But then, bam! In the last 7 minutes, they completely fell apart. The defense gave up 13 points, and they ended up losing 27-24. That's another collapse that just shouldn't happen with a team this talented. They bounced back in Week 4, beating the Patriots 30-13. But Week 5, another rough one. They lost 24-23 to the Cardinals. Kyler Murray was running all over them. He racked up 83 rushing yards. And to make things worse, the 49 ERs turned the ball over 3 times. 3 turnovers? That's a killer in the NFL. Last week, they beat the Seahawks 36-24. So yeah, they're 3, but their losses have been a mix of poor protection, turnovers, and just not finishing games strong. And that's what's really been holding them back. Now let's get into what sets the Chiefs apart from the 49 ERs this season. Honestly, it's been like night and day between these two teams, and here's why. The Chiefs know how to win. Simple as that. While the 49 ERs have been finding ways to lose, the Chiefs have been clutch when it matters most. Look, we've had some close games, sure, but the Chiefs, they always find a way. Whether it's a big defensive stop, running out the clock, or a perfectly timed pass from Mahomes, they've been coming through when it counts. That's something the 49 ERs just haven't been able to do. They get ahead, they look good for a while, but when the pressure's on, they've been folding late in games. Meanwhile, the Chiefs are out there grinding out wins, even if it's by the skin of their teeth. Take our defense, for example. It's playing lights out this season, arguably the best defense we've had during the Mahomes era. And while the 49 ERs are struggling with protection and making costly mistakes, the Chiefs have shown that next man up mentality. Injuries? Sure, we've had them. But guys are stepping up and filling those gaps. We're talking about a team that's dealt with injuries to key players like Isaiah Pacheco and Rashee Rice. And yet, the offense hasn't missed a beat. Kareem Hunt is back, Juju Smith-Schuster is getting more involved, and we've got Mahomes doing Mahomes things. That's the difference. Depth and resilience. So while the 49 ERs are stuck figuring out how to close out games, the Chiefs are finding ways to win, no matter the situation. And that's a huge advantage heading into this rematch. Here's the thing, because both the Chiefs and the 49 ERs have been dealing with them this season, but in very different ways. For the Chiefs, we've had our fair share of key guys banged up. Isaiah Pacheco, Rashee Rice, and others have hit the IR. But here's the thing. The Chiefs have been able to manage those injuries with that next man up mentality. Kareem Hunt has come in and filled the void at running back. Juju Smith-Schuster is getting back into the mix, and Mahomes, as always, is making it work with what he's got. This is what makes the Chiefs special. No matter who goes down, we've got guys stepping up and keeping the train moving. When you look at the 49 ERs, it's a different story. They've been absolutely hammered by injuries this year, and it's really showing. I mean, just look at their injury report. Over 10 players are on it. That's not even counting the 7 guys they've already got on IR. We're talking about key players like Jowan Jennings, Trent Williams, and even both of their kickers dealing with injuries. Yeah, you heard me right. They've got two kickers, Jake Moody and Matthew Wright, both banged up. And that could be a major issue in a close game. Imagine needing a game-winning field goal and both your kickers are struggling? Yikes. For a team like the 49 ERs, losing so many key players at once is hard to overcome. It's one thing to have a couple of guys out, but when a third of your team is on the injury list, it's tough to keep that next man up mentality going. And that's been a big reason why they've been so inconsistent this season. Injuries have just piled up, and it's hard to get any momentum when you're constantly shuffling players in and out of the lineup. On the other hand, the Chiefs have handled their injuries way better. We've only got a few guys on the report, and most of them were full participants in practice this week. So while both teams have been hit, the Chiefs have been able to weather the storm a lot better than the 49 ERs. The 49 ERs love to run the ball. It's their bread and butter. Under Kyle Shanahan, they've built one of the best rushing offenses in the league, ranking third in rushing yards per game. And it doesn't matter who's carrying the ball, they're going to get their yards on the ground. Right now, they're relying on Christian McCaffrey, but their system works no matter who's back there. For the Chiefs, the key to winning is shutting down that run game. Our defense is allowing only 3.1 yards per rush, one of the best in the NFL. If we can stop them on early downs and force Brock Purdy into third and long situations, that's when they struggle. In their game against the Vikings, they went 2 for 10 on third downs. That's exactly what we need to replicate. Make them one-dimensional and let our defense take control. So, the plan? Stop the run early, pressure Purdy, and let our defense do what it's been doing all season. Dominate. All right, so here's my prediction for the Super Bowl rematch. I'm taking the Chiefs for the win, and here's why. First off, the Chiefs are in a better rhythm. We've been finding ways to win all season, even when the games get tight. Meanwhile, the 49 ERs, they've been the opposite. They're struggling to finish games, and that's been their biggest issue. Combine that with all their injuries, and the advantage definitely tilts in our favor. I think this is going to be a close defensive battle. Both teams have strong defenses, but I trust the Chiefs' ability to come through when it matters. We've got the talent to stop their run game and force Brock Purdy into tough spots. And with the 49 ERs dealing with injuries, especially to their kickers, it could come down to a field goal that they just might miss. My prediction, Chiefs win 20-17 in a hard-fought game. It'll be close, but the Chiefs know how to finish, and that's going to be the difference. All right, Chiefs Kingdom, that's my take on this huge Super Bowl rematch. But now I want to hear from you. What do you think? Will the Chiefs pull off the win against the 49 ERs? Do you think we'll stop their run game? Or is Brock Purdy going to be the one to watch? Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. And let's see what you think the keys to the game will be. And hey, if you're pumped for this matchup and love hearing all the latest Chiefs news, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're getting so close to hitting 30,000 subscribers, and we can't do it without you. Turn on notifications too, so you never miss an update. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and let's see the Chiefs get this W on Sunday. Go Chiefs!